Paul Dowsley, we'll bring you back in here now. The fire's burning where you are too. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I'm closer to the action, I guess. Lines of protesters, some over here. So you've got multiple fires, pellets here and a couple of bins have been set on fire. You can see these guys are protecting themselves from police using these bread crates. And across further, the police are now charging in. And this is the first time this has happened for a while. They just advanced now past the fire scene. Probably another 20 metres. This is the first time this has happened. It may be 20, 30 minutes. The police have advanced again. More capsicum spray being sprayed here. I have heard dozens of these pallets being sprayed. Rocks now in a witch's hat have been just on the road here. But yeah, I've heard dozens of pallets being fired by police into the crowd. It seems when the police have something thrown at them, they fire back. And they're very sure, and their aim seems to be pretty good. They bring that weapon up and fire very quickly at their target. But the crowd is now, who knows why they would want to advance just 10 or 15 metres. But it's I guess they wanted to get beyond the debris that was on the road. So it's an edge by edge of the police advancing down here. From my understanding now, at the convention centre, there's really not many protesters at all down that way. They've all been moved back.
So if you're just tuning in, I mean, these incredible pictures. Paul Dowsley there standing outside the Melbourne Convention Centre. Bins on fire. We've seen stun grenades. We've seen rubber pellets, tear gas being fired. It is an extraordinary situation. Police pelted with rocks, a number of arrests. Any serious injuries that you know of, Paul? If you can hear me okay there as your link comes in and out.
I've seen some people with blood on them. There's more bullets being fired there, or pellets being fired there. I have seen people with blood on them. Certainly a lot of people, I'm going to go this way, certainly a lot of people who have had capsicum spray. There's an enormous amount of capsicum spray being fired here today. And a lot of the time these guys have got their hands up. They've got their hands up. Give me one sec. Over here, there's another bin that's still on fire. So more smoke here. But again, the lines of protesters, they've all got their hands up in almost a move to indicate they don't have any weapons, almost creating a line then.
This is one type of resistance all over the world.
Thank you, mate.
Another type of resistance.
You don't need to yell. Don't need to yell. You don't need to yell. You tell me why you're here.
We are proud. We're coming here to stop the manufacturing of the weapon. Israel is doing the damage.
Thank you for speaking to me. So that's the message. They want to try and stop or destroy as much as they can. The land forces, which has been underway for a couple of hours now. 3 more days. Today, though, was their big day.
Yeah, Paul, it all happening on the ground there. Your audio's cutting in and out. Tegan, if you can hear us, we'll bring you back in here. Yeah,
sorry guys, it is very loud out here at the moment. Where Paul just was, a lot of smoke starting to bellow through. I think the police are about to make another retreat forward. They're almost acting like firefighters with everything that's sort of being lit on fire out here. They're having to push the protesters back past that so that they can pull those burning bins forward and obviously put them out. But yeah, a lot of smoke out here to obviously move the protesters back. They're having to use those stun grenades that you probably heard throughout the morning. They're having to use quite a lot of capsicum spray too, because they're not wanting the protesters to move back to allow the police to get to these burning bins here. So there is quite a bit of force being used, but I would say warranted force, because unless they get to these bins are just going to continue burning. We can show you one just here. How much smoke that's currently giving off. This is right in the middle of the Clarendon Street, right in there, the middle of the city. Yeah, the police, they're going to have to get to that bin soon, because it looks like there's quite a bit of fire there, guys.
Tegan, one of the frustrating things, if you assume the protesters' perspective for just a minute, is that the messaging here is absolutely being lost because of the violence and the spectacle that's unfolding. I don't know if there's anyone near you where it's a fraction calmer that you might be able to speak to. There has been an absolute vacuum of anyone leading this group, putting their hand up and saying, hey, this is... First of all, we denounce the violence, but secondly, this is why we're here and this is our calm message. It is a democratic right, but not in this fashion.
No, and that's the thing. Look, the chants that they're saying that they do not support genocide, that they don't support violence and things like that, but that's completely different to the scenes that we're seeing down here. They're sort of saying one thing and then doing another, but then getting angry that what they're saying, their messages just aren't simply getting across. They do say that they don't want violence, and when the police start to retreat, they're sort of putting their hands up in the air, but the reason that they're not retreating and the police are having to use that violence because they're not simply moving back. So the police can't put out these fires, they can't grab the cones and all of the other items that they're using as weapons and move them to the side so that they can't be used again. But yeah, it just seems like no matter what you try and get someone to have a chat, and they're just trying to, I suppose, spread misinformation and then yelling at us for not giving them the right to say anything. So look, it's a bit of a double-edged sword out here, I suppose, at the moment. Yeah.
Paul Dowsley, we'll head back to you. Paul, can you hear us? Paul, we've heard the phrase ring of steel this morning. That police line definitely holding firm, albeit that they are trying to advance to get those fires under control. What's the situation now?
There is no effort, there is no attempt to try to get these under control because it's too difficult to get a fire engine in here, I would expect, and they just sort of let them burn out. It may be that just another one is lit if they were extinguished in any case. But there is at least one bin fire that is now behind the police line. We have one across here, a couple which are really now burning out. We saw earlier one of the witches' hats being thrown. It was filled with these rocks, which you can see on the road now. And there is with all the fury back at this end, a lot of energy, a lot of hot, angry energy. There is also a performative element to this. This fellow, for instance, is painted fully in white, his clothing covered in blood. I would presume symbolic of, does he speak? I'm not sure he speaks. There's a code there for you. I'm not sure you speak. No, he doesn't speak. We can only guess what his message is, but the police who have just, in the last 10 minutes, advanced ahead are ready, potentially, to keep going.
Yeah.
There is no way anyone is going. Another bullet flied just here.
Paul, is there a karma?
So they are seeing people who are doing whatever is alarming to them.
Paul, if you can hear me,
just come over here.
Is there anyone there who would speak to you? Is there anyone
Yes.
there who would convey the message of these protesters? Because we're really not hearing anything.
Yeah, look, I have spoken to a few on camera, but often they'll come up and they'll yell or they'll accuse me of various things, and I try to engage with them and they walk off, which is frustrating, of course, because I'm here to listen and to try to share their stories. You know, if I didn't want to listen, I wouldn't be out here. I'd be at my desk. And that's the thing. I guess they also know they have group spokespeople, so they know that they want to have a singular message or someone who it's channeled through, who's maybe got media training. But the people I have spoken to have simply said, and it's a common theme, that they find great alarm in what is happening in the Convention Exhibition Centre with weaponry being sold and pitched, weaponry that they say is involved in genocide, the environmental impact of weapons, the cost to government of weaponry and defence.
Well, inside the Convention Centre, we do know that is underway, and outside the chaos continues. Paul and Tegan, thank you.